One of the most dramatic moments in the Republican convention was when Pat Smith, the mother of Sean Smith, one of the people who died in Benghazi, stood up before the convention and blamed you for her son's death.
I blame Hillary Clinton personally for the death of my son. That's personally.
She and the father of Tyrone Woods both say that on the day that their sons' bodies were returned to the United States, that you came up to them and you said it was all because of a video, not terrorism. Now, I know some of the other families disagree with this, and I know you deny it. My question is, why would they make that up?
I don't hold any ill feeling for someone who, in that moment, may not fully recall everything that was or wasn't said.
With me now is Charles Woods. He's the father of a U.S. Navy SEAL, Tyrone Woods, who was also killed in the attack on the consulate in Benghazi. Thank you, sir, for being here.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. When you hear Hillary Clinton saying what she just said, what goes through your mind?
Well, I know what she said, and it has nothing to do with faulty memory. As you know, I've shown this book to many people. I keep my brains in my pocket, and for years I write down the important things that happened during the day. And this was written down right after we met with Hillary, and so it has nothing to do with a faulty memory. And I'll read to you exactly what the conversation was that I had with Hillary. This is just a couple days after what happened in Benghazi when the bodies came out. I gave Hillary a hug and shook her hand, and she said that we are going to have the filmmaker arrested who was responsible for the death of your son. And she said that we are going to have the filmmaker arrested who was responsible for the death of your son. Now, not only did I write that down, she also told that to other family members, and then about a half hour or 45 minutes later, she went on national TV at the casket ceremony, and she repeated the same untruth.
This has been a difficult week for the State Department and for our country. We've seen rage and violence directed at American embassies over an awful internet video that we had nothing to do with. Over an awful internet video that we had nothing to do with.
4 Americans were killed, including Ambassador Chris Stevens. We wanted to know who did it. We wanted to know why. In the days following the attacks, we were fed a certain story over and over.
There was a hateful video that was disseminated on the internet.
The crude and disgusting video sparked outrage throughout the Muslim world.
To us, to me personally, this video is disgusting and reprehensible.
Yes, a crude and disgusting video called Innocence of Muslims was to blame for the attacks in Benghazi, except, of course, that it was not. About a month after the attacks, the State Department admitted that there were no protests in Libya over that anti-Muslim video at the consulate. It took nearly a year, but the U.S. filed the first charges for the attacks against a number of people, including a Libyan militia leader, though he is not yet in custody. You know who the U.S. did have in custody, however, until recently? The man who made Innocence of Muslims. You know who the U.S. did have in custody, however, until recently? The man who made Innocence of Muslims.